In this lecture, we're going to design the interface for the register. Now, if you look inside of the assets of the Unity project, you will see a folder called multiplayer-UI right here, and click on it. Once you're there, you will see that inside you have a star dashboard, and in the right corner you will see that this is just an empty button, and we can put text on top of that. So let's go ahead and create the register button. But before we do so, let's create the switch to registration button. So inside of the panel main menu, I'm going to click on game object, UI, and here I'm going to add a button. And it says button here, so click on it. And here is the button. Now I'm going to move it, so I'm going to drag and drop it inside of the panel main menu. All right, so make sure it's inside. And I'm going to move it in the top right corner of the menu. So how do I do this? Well, I can just use this, the actual centering tool, and click on the top right, and click on Shift, top right, and then Option key or Alt, top right. And here it goes, it's right there, perfect. Now, it's replacing the menu a little bit, so I'm going to position it on the Y a little bit down. Okay, somewhere around here it's fine, and the X a little bit more this side. Now, the button is way too big, but the text is wrong. I want it to say sign up. So I'm going to click here and type sign up. Okay, there we go. And now that I have it here, I'm going to make it smaller. The width is 160. I'm going to put it to, let's say, 100 and see. Okay, it's still a bit too big, so let's go with 80. Okay, and actually 70, yeah, 70 is good. Now I'm going to move it a little bit down again. Okay, and a little bit here. Okay, good. And 70 is still too big, so there we go. So now I'm at 56, and that's fine. We still see the sign up. All right. And what we're going to do is that when we're going to click on sign up, it's not going to say join game. It's going to say register, and the re-enter password is going to show. So we're gonna need to make a switch here. All right. So now I'm going to rename this button to say button swap registration, so that I will remember that this is meant to swap. Okay, now let's create the actual register button. I'm going to create a new button. So I'm going to click on the panel main menu, game object, UI, button. And again, I'm going to drag and drop it inside of the panel main menu. Once I've done this, I'm going to rename it to button register. All right, and what I'm going to do now is move it down and move it on top of the join game. So I'm going to look at the position Y and move it down. So right, as you can see, it's like right behind it. Now I can put it in front of it by taking the button register and put it right below the button join game, and it's on top. Okay, now I need to change the button because it needs to have the same attributes as the other buttons. So as you can see, the button register has a source image that says UI sprite. Click here on the UI sprite and locate the star dashboard. Here it is inside of the assets. So click on it and check this out. Now it says button. Obviously, we need to change the text. So click on text and rename this to register. All right. Now, obviously, the color is not that great. So what you can do is select the color here. Take the eyedrop and select the eyedrop for the menu where it says menu, and now it says register very nicely. All right, you can even change the font. You can put the Stau bar font, the one that's inside, and drag and drop it here on the area, and that's a different registration button. You can change the font size as well, but be careful when you change the font size. What you need to do as well is change the size of the actual button, of the text. And many people are wondering why the text disappears, and the reason why is that they need to use that and center this, and click on Alt and center that again. Once you center this, you can change the width. Check this out. We don't see the register because it's too big, but if I increase the width and the height, it's going to reappear. Check this out. There we go. You guys see that? Okay, so make sure you have the right width and height so that the whole registration button can appear. Okay, and you can also move the position of the text. I'm going to move it up a little bit so that we can see it better. All right, and this will do. All right, so now that I've done this, what you need to do is actually plug this in. Okay, so we need to plug all these buttons, and we're going to do this in the next lecture.